Hello, everybody. This is going to be a very different type of video today. First, I'd like to say that I finally, if you are only, first off, welcome to the channel. My name is brettpukay, then welcome to the Spectrum of Lighthouse. This video is going to be more off the cuff, off the dome, as it were, a sort of stream of consciousness, because it's going to be a part of a playlist that I'm going to make where I go into each of the card decks that I am using at the current time, or because currently, as I'm recording this, if you look in the description box, it'll say when it was uploaded. So this is around day before my birthday, 8/22/2022, and behind me, actually, I'm going to turn off. It's a JSnip 4 video, which is pretty sweet and everything, but just to have no real distractions in the background. As you can see, this is my room. This is, yeah. So first, welcome. I do oracle card readings here, along with a lot of other more spiritual, consciousness-driven content. And any information you need is in the description box below. Actually, let me grab my drink. I'm just going to pop out a screen. I know, Mars. Hey, buddy. I don't know if you can hear my kitty cat Mars, but as you can see, I am a Virgo Leo cusp. So to all of the cuspers, no matter when you're viewing this, because this video is timeless, it's me just talking about the different oracle cards that I use. Also representing the Salt Cave at Newtown, also Doylestown, but if you give a call there, should be able to book with me. Yeah, self-promotion. Let's go. All right, so if you made it this far, sweet. Let me take another sip. I'm going to put this down. I'm not going to... Yeah, hold on one sec. So I will be making a playlist with all of the decks that I use, and I'll just be adding to that whenever I get around to it. So with that being said, our first tarot deck, well, it's a frequency tarot deck, but the first deck I'm going to talk about is this. It's called the Frequency Tarot. Excuse me. And what I'm going to do is read from the little booklet of all the tarot decks, just because they all have a little about the decks in there, and a lot of different decks that I use. They have a lot of good information in there. So this one I'm going to use is called, like I said, the Frequency Tarot cards. And it's by someone named Teal Swan. I know she might have been... she's kind of controversial in a way because she deals with like shadow work and everything. But what I'm going to do is just read you what's on here, and then I'm going to go through a couple of the cards, and then I'm going to just pull a card. And I'm just going to pull a card. Popping my P's too much. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to pull a card, and that's going to just give you an example of how the frequency kind of aligns to you. So if you're watching this and you stick to the end, there's going to be a special message. Okay. So Frequency Tarot, Divine Guidance Cards, a 77 card deck. About frequency cards. Like a traditional tarot deck, the purpose of these cards is to gain insight and awareness. These cards are designed to help you see beyond your present circumstance. They assist you to gain insight beyond your past and present thoughts, words, and behaviors, in order to see your present circumstance more objectively. I'm just going to stop here and comment, because this is, when I read that, I got gifted this tarot deck. I've seen Teal Swan live. I try to listen to a bunch of different people and get kind of my own perspective and my own take on it. So I definitely advise you do the same. Try to look at everyone as a different version of yourself as opposed to on a pedestal or anything, and you can avoid any downfalls or any sort of trickery or anything for anybody, or even just for yourself, realizing that maybe you are stuck in a sort of pattern of looking up to people, you know? This sort of understanding can make you more aware of the potential results of your present thoughts, words, and behaviors. Remember that what you think, say, and do today helps to create tomorrow. Life can be confusing, and when we are in the heat of the moment, it is difficult to see anything clearly or objectively, most especially ourselves. These cards are a tool to use anytime you feel the need to gain more perspective and understanding. This is why, like I mentioned, I do have information in the description box down below because I do offer personal readings of all sorts and types. So there's links in there for how to access different readings and to even see which ones speak to you and anything like that. So now we're going to go and talk about the frequency arts because, for example, like the one that's on the bottom, it's Soul Family 55, but this is basically the artwork that Teal, Teal made. This is my kitty cat, 18 as well. So, everything in the universe is made of energy that vibrates. Energy that vibrates imparts or impacts information. The aptitude and frequency of energy is what determines how, in what form, that energy will express itself. We call this a quote vibration. Normally, only introduction that has Normally, only information that has expressed itself at or slower than the speed of light is received by our physical senses in our three-dimensional reality. However, the artist and creator of these cards, Teal Swan, is able to perceive information beyond the normal physical senses. She is able to perceive the energy or the energetic vibrational reality that makes up the physical world you see before you. These frequency images that are originally hand painted with acrylic and watercolor paint on canvas. So then they're just transferred over to like these cards or whatever. So it's pretty cool. I'm gonna like show a few of them and everything. So these frequency images that are originally hand painted with acrylic and watercolor paint on canvas are replicas of the energetic vibrational frequency of the specific subject matter they represent. By focusing on these images and having them in your living space, they will cause your energy to, quote, entrain with and resonate at the same frequency and aptitude of the vibration that they are created to convey, and in turn aid you to amplify and manifest the presence of the subject matter in your life. If you draw a card from this deck, you can be sure that you are either a vibrational match to the frequency you have drawn, or you would benefit by the frequency that you have drawn. So if you've seen one of my videos before seeing this, then you can see that I do different like oracle decks and everything. But in this sense, with this deck, it's basically, so there is entrainment. If you look in entrainment up, it is a form of physics, which if you put clocks or metronomes in the same room and they're all at, well, mainly metronomes at different speeds, at different beats per minute. Eventually, they all will start going at the same beat because it's called entrainment, because of the vibration, the frequency, and everything. So these cards act like that. So every time I record a video, I do connect with the cards, and I have used these for a while, as you can see with the way that these boxes are. And this is actually my second deck that I've been on, because I was gifted the first one. And when I was gifted the first one and I started reading what I just read to you, I was just amazed, because that's what I'm all about, is that whole, not just law of attraction, but almost like the law of magnetism. Because when you realize magnetism is just, excuse me, is just as important. So I'm just going to shuffle these here, because now with that in mind, there's a bunch of different readings that I offer and that I do here on the channel, that some of them, sorry about it being so close to the mic, some of them are used as a more collective sort of feeling for the vibration, and then others I use myself as the subject. So I will ask like a question or use my own life circumstances, experiences, and such. But with this one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this one. All right, that card was popping out. So we're going to use this the deck, and they call it, it's like a frequency tarot deck. I like to call it like an oracle deck, because it isn't technically tarot, but like I get why she called it a tarot deck. Look at this, self-love, 10 upright. And what's really great about this deck too is that the meanings, they kind of put you through a loop. Like where, what I mean by that is, so this is just going to be what, frequency or vibration are you at now or will benefit from. And this is self-love upright. If you have drawn this card upright, the answer is self-oriented love. Appreciate yourself. Make yourself good. Make feeling good the number one priority in your life. So this is the collective, this is for me, this is for anyone throughout time and space of when you see this. Give yourself permission to have what you really want. Stop trying to get love from people who have none to give. Might hit home to someone. Your deserving was never in question, because we all deserve love, self-love. We all deserve that. That's no question. The time has come to learn how to love yourself. Not because no one else will love you, but because you are in a relationship with yourself for the rest of your life. Boom. Let me repeat that. The time has come to learn how to love yourself. Not because no one else will love you, but because you are in a relationship with yourself for the rest of your life. And a relationship without love is no relationship at all. So also on this page or on this channel, you might, I don't necessarily offer relationship readings or anything, because I do feel that if you're struggling in a relationship, no matter what, it doesn't matter what the type of relationship, you need to work on self-love. And I have come from a background, maybe I'll do a conversation about this, because I do feel like some spiritual awakenings happen after so many heartaches or so many heartbreaks, or even just after one, because you might get a codependency. You might not know it until after 3 of them, like me, and it just shatters your life, because you're like, who am I without this person, without this relationship? And you don't think that that's bad, because, again, sorry, the coffee, because we're taught in a sense that you need to fight for it, and if someone denies, it just means you got to fight harder, when really it's more about magnetizing that by loving yourself, projecting that love out, and thus attracting and magnetizing that love from another, because you are just manifesting that part of you externally. So being in a relationship with yourself, in a way, yeah, like me, for example, single, like I am in a relationship with myself no matter what, but also you can think of the other person even as a version of yourself, which they are. I might do a sort of twin flame soulmate sort of thing, or I might repost something or post something that I didn't do that I got out of a meditative stone stupor almost. But that's another thing here. Not yet, but so yeah, self love, loving yourself, because you need to give yourself the love. You need to give yourself the love because people are conditional. I mean, even you, right? You try your hardest and you try to be, and you are, right, unconditionally loving, but every once in a while we're human, so we'll screw up, whether it be giving the finger to someone in traffic or just getting angry at a significant other or something like that. So it's always fine. We're all human, right? So it's about learning through accepting yourself in those low moments too. Because if you are unable to accept yourself at those low moments, how are you going to expect someone to love you at those low moments? You know what I mean? So before I get too much on a relationship rant or anything, says the guy who's single, right? Again, all my information is down below. I will be posting all these videos just randomly, so hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Like, share, subscribe, comment, help bring this up, because the more hours you guys watch and the more people I get to subscribe and everything, I'll be able to go live and chit chat with everyone and actually get real-time feedback, which I really like, and everything. So awesome sauce, and have a blessed and loving day. Thank you.